you for this divine entanglement and for joining us in all of our divine offerings, whether it be our weekly Ascension Global radio shows, our monthly Sacred Temple teachings, our prayer groups, or our gathering in sacred community and sacred soul tribe gatherings. Our love and our light is with you always, and may you enjoy with great exaltation and honor in the path that you walk, in your unfolding in every day, that we create harmony and unity in our diversity and in our oneness. May we co-create for eons to come in this now concurrent moment, and we thank you so much for joining us. For more of our offerings and for more of our co-creations together, please tune into our website, http://ulwhc.com. Welcome. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and the Universal Love and Light Wisdom Offerings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we will graciously and most excitedly offer what is in my heart as a parent, what is in my heart as a vibrational teacher, as a visionary and a vibrational healer. And one of the most amazing things that I've remembered in all of my Ascension Path work, and that's made the most difference, are these small and practical tips that assist us moving moment for moment through our day in practical ways, knowing that we're shifting from one vibrational reality into another that's more liberated, more open, more quantumly dynamic, more quantumly unknown and eternal and infinite. And some of the key tips that we're going to share with you today is how to set the vibration within your home, set the vibration within moving about your moment-for-moment day, and especially if you have children or you're living in a soul family or a circle with others, to allow yourself the time, to allow yourself the space and the sacred knowingness that you have all of the tools within you to create a new vibration of experience for yourself, a new vibrational potential for those that co-create with you, that surround you, that encircle with you in your everyday unfolding. For we understand that the multidimensional reality that we exist within now, the vibration that our planet is moving through, the ascending planetary movements, the ascending planetary encodations, the light encodations, are not only affecting our bodies, our DNA, our RNA, they're affecting all that we are as a multidimensional being physically, emotionally, mentally, and etherically. And we will continue to talk about the four lower bodies in all of our offerings because each and every human upon our planet is in process of awakening within these multidimensional bodies, rebalancing within the multidimensional bodies, and creating anew. In these expanded understandings about who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us, we can allow ourselves to expand truly how we move and co-create with one another. But that in each passing moment we're being offered ever purified, ever rarefied encodations from Source for us to continue to evolve into our most expansive, beautiful, crystalline, Christed, loving self. And so these encodings will continue to press upon us, if you will, for us to shift and change out of old negative behavioral patterns, out of old behavioral egoic patterns that have kept us in behaviors and limitations of management, if you will. And what we're moving into as a human collective, for those that are moving through the enlightenment and awakening paradigm, is to truly let go of what was, quite softly and elegantly, quite softly and with your full intentional purpose and your full intentional choice and your free will. For those that are choosing to live life in a more holistic, in a more peaceful and harmonic manner, in a more unified and oneness understanding with one another in the human family, with one another in your own human family, and allowing those concepts of holism, those concepts of unification, those concepts of who we are with our planet, who we are with one another. In these awakenings, allowing ourselves to truly, in all moments, create anew. Create how we move about our day anew. And as we said in our other episodes, in our other live KCOR weekly radio shows, that as a parent, the biggest challenges for me the last few years is to truly look at all things within our daily unfolding and truly view what is no longer serving us as a family, and to reorganize and to repattern, if you will, the frequencies that truly will serve us in a more liberated way. For as the planet is set within its Christed crystalline version, its encodations that it will need for its planetary movement to serve humanity in ascending, expansive, vibrational ways, we are, as a human collective, because we are one with Gaia in this transformation, in this transmutation of energies, we will continually be offered ever expansive, heightened frequencies. Therefore, allowing us to look at all that we do, allow us to look at all that we behave within and how we can alter and shift them so that we're constantly in moving alignment with the ever expansive and purified and rarefied Christed light encodations, that central source creator. Many other councils are assisting with the maintenance and the expansive grids and the grid work within our universe, our galaxy, as well as the inner earth work, the grids that are within and without our planet. Many beings and councils that are working with the maintenance and sustainment of these frequencies and the higher vibrational programs for Gaia, for Earth, for our galaxy, and so on. And part of what we teach is to truly take who you are as an individual, expand it to its most expansive potential concept, perspective, and then bring it back to the here and now so that you can continually thread and weave yourself in the most expansive way, knowing that these entrainments of thought, these entrainments of perspectives can allow you to create anew in your everyday unfolding. So we are continually being offered rarefied and more heightened, more purified frequencies of love. This love light directly impacts our multidimensional bodies, our cells, the molecules within us, the water bodies within us, the crystalline version of the DNA matrix, the physical matter DNA matrix that is within us. Everything is being affected. So too is every living being upon Earth. So too is all nature aspects, all elemental aspects, and why there are so many universal groups and consciousness beings assisting with this planetary ascension. For this planetary ascension also, too, ripples out through the galaxy, through the universe, through the omnipresence. But to set the vibration, to set the intention for moving about your everyday practical living, is to not only set the vibration before you place your feet upon the floor with what it is that you're so excited with, creating and co-creating or experiencing or assisting or opening up and offering others that you are encircled with. For in alignment with your truest, authentic self, setting that vibration of aligning with your own authentic, compassionate, loving God self allows the vibration of openness for all others as well. So to align with these rarefied Christed alignments for yourself in every moment allows all others to also create the potential for them to do so as well, but that they don't have to, and that's the part of letting go and detaching. It's a very important aspect within the mastery cycle of enlightenment and ascension. To know that you can align yourself with your highest, most purest, most rarefied vibration that you are excited and able to co-create for yourself, but letting go the potentiality or feeling responsible for solving it and being it for others. For you are only responsible for your own vibrational path, your own vibrational unfolding, your own vibrational experience. And as you do so, it ripples to the all that you are quantumly threaded with, because your vibration and DNA expansiveness is threaded with those that you're encircled with, whether it be your children, brothers and sisters, spouses, aunts and uncles. So all that you do to live in your authentic alignment of truth, your authentic alignment in love and light and excitement and joy, to be your godliness in action, so too does it ripple to the others quantumly, through the unseen, through the vibrations of consciousness that is God, sown and woven through all things, all beings. And the God consciousness can be felt. And that's what we've felt when we're in circles or when we're in groups of dynamics, and you can feel that attraction of God consciousness with others. Those are vibrational threads within the interweavings of the fields that we are, that we exist within, that exist within us. The God consciousness is becoming more and more readily subtle. We're beginning to feel it, to sense it, to hear it. And therefore, because these fields are so palpable, if you will, they're so present, and so many more people are awakening and feeling their intuitiveness, their godliness come to life through what they're feeling multidimensionally, through their sights, their sounds, their intuitive knowing. Their whole multidimensional makeup is allowing them to feel alive within the bedding, within the weaving. Therefore, we can set the intention at any moment to softly shift and alchemically transmute the vibrations that we walk within, that we set. And I do so within my house because the Syrian children, one of the collectives that I'm working with, Syrian children, have helped me to understand many of the movements that I'm moving through with my children. And I can set the intention every morning when I wake up to the experiences that I'm excited to create and co-create, whether it be I allow myself to be open to receive miracles today. And as I place my feet so lovingly upon Gaia, I walk with presence. I walk with the intuitive listening and hearing and the intuitive knowing that my Christed self is able to create and co-create. My heart is open. I entangle with the God within all things and all beings. I lovingly walk in light and love. I am open and I receive. I am open and I gift. And allowing yourself those quiet and soft and lovely intentions about who you are, what you are capable to intend for yourself and to experience for yourself, and then letting go and allowing the universe to return to you in its fullest, most magnificent way, because you are. And then moving about your house, and whether it's you're getting ready for the day and you're allowing yourself to see and to feel and to own and to claim your beauty, to acknowledge your beauty, to acknowledge your giftedness, to acknowledge your Christed potential, to acknowledge your beautiful God rays that you exist within and that exist within you. The beautiful God ray potentials that exist within the chakra systems that come forward to allow you to experience your godliness, your Christedness. The God rays are those beautiful attributes that each and every human comes to work within their soul blueprint. Whether someone is working on compassion, whether somebody is working on gaining intelligence and wisdom, whether somebody is working within their intuitive God rays, or their creative God rays, or balancing with peace and harmony, or working on self-mastery or abundance. These are specific God rays that each and every human comes with, their soul blueprint, to work on, to work within, to emanate, to experience, to explore, to express. And those are usually done by the gifts that we carry, the skills that we open up to as we walk within our mastery, as we walk and we practice within our Christedhood, as we create and co-create with others through no longer doubting ourselves, no longer questioning the gifts and the skills that we have, but just to create sacredly, to live sacredly, to play sacredly, to intuitively know the inspirations that you are being gifted and those excitements that you have to entangle with the trees or the forests or the oceans or the waters or the air or the flora or the fauna or the wildlife or the nature. For these inspirations are directly threaded with your soul mapping, the consciousness of all that you are within all of creation, constantly weaving in and out of the entire existence of all that you are. And when we act upon those inspirations, when we live within our authenticity, we open the vibrational gateway, the vibrational portal, through which our mapping expands and becomes lighter and a faster light quotient oscillation. For energy is about oscillation. It's about the threading and the weaving of that light speed, love speed, transformative speed. Taking ownership and acknowledging of our beauty and our authenticity to create vibrations as we step upon Gaia and with Gaia. To know that we are entangled with her crystalline grids and her energetic vibrational threading, just as we are also linked with our human collective vibrational threading. And all that we do to live vibrationally, to set the vibrational tone every moment or every day, allows us to open the pathway for the miracles and the inspirations to be magnetized to us, attracted to us in like form. Therefore, too, also opening it for others that you're quantumly threaded with, so that they, too, receive their most highest potentiation. And as parents, we've often taken our parenting role as to truly tell our children what to do and to tell them how to do it. In some cases, it can be perceived as a soft guidance and an offering and an opening. The more liberated that you can move about your day, the easier it will feel for you. Because sometimes when we're trying to navigate and move about our everyday life, our bodies and our vessels and the multidimensional part of us can feel when the words that we say or how we behave or how we act as parents no longer fits the higher truth of our higher self, of our soul. Because it just doesn't feel right, the words that we say. It might sound too constrictive. It might sound too restrictive or too limiting in the words that we say or how we say them to our children or how we speak with our children. So allowing those vibrations to be connected with and sown with, bringing the children up to the vibration of their unlimited intelligence, allows that conversation, that energetic quantum entanglement to be a matched vibration, that they are not looked down upon, that they are not looked as less than, that they are not looked as not knowing, bringing them up vibrationally to all levels of their magnificence, to all levels of their Christhood, to all levels of their genius. And it's our changing of our attitude, it's our changing of our perspectives, it's our changing of our tones and the words that we use. For the words that we use and how we use them carry great vibration, carry great vibrational potential. And it's set within the home. It's set within the tones and the foundations of where you walk about and how you walk about. So how you offer them choices, how you offer them your love, how you offer them your wisdoms is far more open than telling your children what they should do or should not do or how it should be done, based on your perspective or based on your point of view or what you've been taught from your parents or previous generations or previous limitations or ideals. Because our vibration in our world, in our consciousness is changing so very much. Our vibrations of our planet are changing so drastically to match the ever-increasing consciousness from our collective, our increasing consciousness of us as individuals, as well as Gaia's consciousness blueprint, and where she's desiring and intending to go, so that she can carry us with the most expansive potentials. And we're ever being increasing these octaves of light and codations of light love that we're breathing in, that we're emulating, that we're radiating through our multidimensional temples. And so our children can sense this, our children can know this. They just intuitively know. They understand their multidimensionalism. They just may not have the words because it's not taught. It's not a part of their education system. And it's up to us as parents, for those who so desire, for those that feel the disharmony, for those that feel the imbalance, for those that see or experience their children acting in imbalance. It's because they know themselves to be different than what's being shown in the society, or what's being shown in the home, or what's being shown to them in what they see on TV or in social systems and structures. So it's up to each and every one of us that feel this excitement to match that Christed grid vibration, to offer it and openly liberate conversations, to liberate expectations, because as parents we always have expectations for our children to move about in a certain way, to fit in, or because we're basing it on our experiences, we're basing it on our past challenges and what we see in social stories unfolding. We see the imbalances in our social structures. But what our role truly is to truly not have anyone see as if they fit into any one category or definition or box, but to truly open it up and know that each and every being is magnificent. each and every being is uniquely intelligent and diverse to come forward and offer exactly what they do and exactly how they offer it in the entire creational wheel. And empowering and inspiring that uniqueness and that diversity is truly how we're shifting. To know that the children can remember their intelligence and their genius as their DNA is activated, as your DNA is activated. Because remember, we're quantumly threaded. Just as we, moving through our ascension, moving through our enlightenment, activate our genetic and our Akash and our star system and intergalactic gifts and skills and healing gifts and wisdoms, so too do they. If their DNA is threaded with their blueprint to expand and to explore and to be creatively liberated and to challenge the systems in what they see, then they will move about excitedly in that way. And it's about us offering those open platforms of liberation, those open platforms of their seeking and exploration in the ways that excite them. But we can choose, if we so desire, to walk about, and what's worked for me is really setting the intention, because what we see as those awakening is that we can see the polarity differences between light and dark. We can feel the differences when you're really with those that you connect and you commune with energetically. And then there's those densities of those that are working within those programs and paradigms that are still very limiting or restrictive. And you can feel it. It can be very felt. It can be felt really noticeably now. So what's been working for me is that as I'm moving, as if I'm feeling, as I'm sliding back and forth on the paradigm and the balancing of the frequencies, if you will, and because there's 5 people in our home, it's that constant neutralizing and bringing up the vibration from what I anchor and what I intend. And I gift with my hands, and I use my hands as my healing tools, and I'm using my hands as gifting light to the walls and to the floors and to the ceiling, and clearing and cleansing the windows, and clearing and cleansing the crystals, and clearing and cleansing the corners, and using sound and using tone to break up energies. And also exploring this and expressing this to my children. And if they seem excited or they ask questions, then we create that dialogue. But to know that they have these intelligences, they have these potentials to also understand it at a cellular level, because they're coming from frequencies in which it's innately within them to heal, self-heal through tone, to self-heal through color and art, to self-heal through chanting and moving about with Gaia, in sacred living, in sacred mannerisms, in sacred intention. And so we're merely bringing these forward as beautiful and subtle and practical reminders that setting the intention before you step out of bed every day and sending light to your path as you walk about moment for moment. And before you get out of bed, send light to your day. I send the divine white Christed light to every placement that my feet shall be placed with Gaia. And I feel and I intuit and I sense into the vibrations through which I entangle with Gaia, through which I entangle with others, and I create that lighted path. I allow divine God light to radiate through me and live through me. I allow all that I am to come forward in new ways today, and I align with my miraculous co-creatorhood. I feel and I open to my multidimensional co-creatorhood, so that if I see or experience others in struggle, I can allow my divine sacred heart to open. I align with my higher self through my pineal, through my breath, through my pillar of light, the sacred tube that runs along the spine, the sacred prana tube, the pillar of light, that all sacred breath moves along and nourishes and balances and centers and grounds to the heartbeat of Gaia. And in these centering practices, I can allow the wisdom of my higher self to be heard, to be felt, so that I speak in my godliness, so that I act within my godliness, so that I'm allowing their God path to unfold in the highest way that it was meant to. For sometimes as parents, we sometimes act too quickly, or we choose to make things right for everyone in our circle. Because as light workers, as healers, that's just what we feel obligated to do. But oftentimes it doesn't allow those around you to seek the God within themselves, which is truly the most self-empowering thing that anyone can do. It's to continue the empowerment of you have God within you. And I tell my kids that all the time. You have God within you. What does your higher self suggest? What are your inspirations? What are your excitements? You have God within you that's listening to you at all moments, that's speaking with you and loving you in all moments. And if you just be silent and drop to your heart, you will begin to feel and sense that buzz, that humming. And that's your God consciousness connection with the all. What do you feel? What do you hear? What do you see? And that's that reconnection of the multidimensional bodies, realigning them with the God within, realigning them with their intelligence, realigning them with their mastery of their multidimensional bodies, to listen to who they are, and then move about setting their own intentions. I intend to create excitement today with art. And however that may unfold, that's perfect. Whatever their intentions are, to set the vibration for how their day unfolds. As too, you set the intention for your day, or however you may desire it to unfold, and it's free will. It's the free exploration, the free expression of the Christ itself within. And what's so exciting now is that we're able to have these beautiful conversations that so many can attune with, so many can understand and get. And the practical tips to living peacefully and harmonically, to bring the family into a grander perspective of balance, is truly surrendering and allowing, and opening up the vibrational perspective with intention, with higher vibrational words, with higher vibrational offerings, with higher vibrational creative sacred play. And it truly does open the flowing portal of energy in them, in the house, in the home. And so those are some practical tips, and we clear and cleanse with sage a couple times a week. And we allow the visualizations and communications about dreams and allowing their emotional thoughts and feelings to come forward, and sharing and sacred sharing, and just having those soft and intimate moments of connection. And those are simple, practical ways that you can open up the flow and allow the emotional bodies and the mental bodies and the physical bodies and the etheric bodies to create greater flow, greater harmony. And breath is really, really key to beginning the feeling and the sensation of your connectedness with Source, connectedness with higher self-thought, with your God flow. For there is the elixir of love within all breath, the light encodations, light language within breath, light language within sound, light language within creative doodling, light language within chanting, light language within your intentions and your higher vibrational musings and your sacred play. And as you open up your divine sacred heart, and as you create that intuitive, playful edge that we always desire to do, but we're afraid that people are looking or what others might think. But when you act upon it and you truly soak within the self-love of all that you are and just begin to play, you feel the beautiful sacredness. You feel the God frequencies and consciousness interweaving with one another. And so we bring these forward as beautiful experiences and potentials to live a more deep and more rich life, to create that dynamic flow of loving energy and harmonic energy, to softly intend before you step foot out of bed, to softly intend as you get ready and you see yourself in the mirror as your Christ itself. And you create high vibrational words. You create high vibrational intentions as you're using your hands and your multidimensional body, your bodies as your tools to gift and share light, to gift and share love, to know that you are a multidimensional being of Christed light. And your soft and loving intentions are the first way to realign in harmonic, sacred living. Thank you so much, dear lighted ones. From the heart of all of us, to the heart of all of you. Namaste, and may the God in me entangle with the God in you in all ways. Namaste, dear lighted ones. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and Universal Love and Light Wisdom Offerings. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for this beautiful co-creation of love and light wisdom. May you go forward in a beautiful way as you enjoy these offerings, as you explore the God within, as you experience and express the God within. Open your hearts, dear lighted ones, and may we always co-create in love, divine harmony and balance and bliss with one another and all that is. Thank you for joining us.